How to Mirror a Narcissist. Mirroring a narcissist is extremely easy. All you do is copy what we are doing. So, for instance, if we are ignoring you by giving you a present silent treatment, then you ignore us back. If we are sat grinning at you, a strange, odd leer on our face, all you need to do is sit and adopt a strange, odd leer yourself. If we keep asking you questions, just parrot the questions back at us. Where have you been? Where have you been? Why are you copying me? Why are you copying me? You can mirror the mannerisms of the narcissist, the way the narcissist stood, sitting, folding their arms, watching things. So the mirroring of us is extremely easy to undertake. However, the more important question is this: why do you think that you need to mirror the narcissist? And indeed, you ought not to. Mirroring the narcissist means that you are continuing to interact with a narcissist. Mirroring the narcissist means that you will give us fuel, but most likely, unless you are ignoring us, you're going to provide us with challenge fuel. The problem for you is you're giving us fuel, so we're winning. We're getting what we want. But if you're just parroting questions back at us, all you're going to end up doing is challenging us, because you are not answering us, you are being impertinent, and you're asking questions of us, which, because of our innate sense of superiority, you are not allowed to do. We, of course, see instantly that you are copying us, that you are mimicking us, and we will determine, naturally, that you are, in effect, taking the piss. This means you're challenging us. You're not taking us seriously. You're not doing what we want. And this means that you are then threatening our control. You see, if you sit there and leer back at us, that provides us with a degree of fuel. If you speak to us, the words that you use, the tone that's adopted, will give us fuel. If you mimic our gestures, you provide us with fuel. Because even though the gesture might be just sitting with arms folded, that creates the impression of haughtiness. And you, as most likely an empathic victim, won't be able to control certain aspects of what you do. You won't be able, for instance, to dampen down the fuel that we'd receive from the look in your eyes. In certain instances, you will also struggle to contain your facial expression, which provides us with fuel. So in all of these instances of mirroring, all you'll end up doing is presenting us with challenge fuel. We want that fuel, whether positive or negative, and therefore, since you're providing that to us, we are winning. But because you challenge us and you threaten our control, we must nullify that threat to our control, which means that we must respond with one of the three assertions of control. And if you want to understand more about what they are, please go to the Knowledge Vault and obtain the relevant material. What it is important for you to understand is that as a consequence of challenging us, you are likely then to have us assert control against you directly, because most of the time you'll be mirroring us in person. This means that if you're doing it, for instance, to a lesser narcissist, particularly lower lesser, middle lesser, or upper lesser type B, and even in some instances upper lesser A, you are opening yourself up to a tirade of physical violence and harsh words. That you might be beaten, struck, slapped, shoved, kicked, bitten. That you will be on the receiving end of vitriolic insults. Even the mid-ranger will get sniffy and snappy with you. Lower mid-range could also use physical violence, as could an upper mid-range. It's highly unlikely that a middle mid-ranger type A or B will use physical violence against you. And of course, the narcissist will respond in a way whereby They may lose their temper, which may entertain you, but it puts you at risk. It puts you at risk of physical danger, verbal problems. It could cause, meaning that the narcissist will assert control by withdrawal, and the narcissist flounces, and you think that you have a little victory. But the narcissist may then return and cause problems for you. Or the narcissist may go elsewhere and generate problems for you, smearing you in order to assert control over you further. Mirroring the narcissist is not a sensible step to take. It is very easy to do. You can even try and sound the same way. You can mimic the actions, the words, the tone of voice, but all you'll do is end up providing us with challenge fuel. The only instance where mirroring is acceptable would be where you don't respond to a silent treatment. That you don't keep asking the narcissist, "Why aren't you talking to me? What's wrong? Please, can we sort this out?" Instead, remaining silent yourself is effective. Although, of course, you will then wound the narcissist because you're ignoring the narcissist, which means the narcissist will then be forced to move to a different assertion of control, and they may snap out of ignoring you and do something else instead. Of course, if the narcissist has given you an absent silent treatment and has left you, disappeared with the flounce, gone off and you don't know where they are, rather than sending them messages asking where they are, what they're doing, enjoy the silence. But what you really ought to have been doing, of course, is, having realized that you're dealing with a narcissist, is obey that first golden rule of freedom and get out. Mirroring the narcissist is easy to do, but it is not a sensible step. It will backfire against you because of our repeated need to assert control over you, and mirroring us will threaten that control. You will be seen to be taking the Michael out of us, taking the piss, parodying us, mimicking us, trying to get a rise out of us. And of course, your emotional thinking might cause you to believe this is a sensible step and cause you to delight in the fact that the narcissist has gone off it because you were mirroring and has squawked at you and flounced, or that the mid-ranger has suddenly burst into tears and run away. There's a short-lived victory. You still gave him fuel, and he's asserted control by departing from you. But you're no further forward with regard to escaping that narcissist, are you? The narcissist is winning. You remain involved. You still are causing the narcissist to know that he matters because you're doing something towards that narcissist. That is the provision of fuel. And we always, always, always end up asserting control. Do not mirror the narcissist. Instead, if you want to look in the mirror, do it for yourself. Look to your own defences, but do not mirror the narcissist. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.